Hello everybody, thanks for joining me today. I'm Jackie and I create mosaics using sea glass. And today I'm going to talk to you about how to get a really good line in a sea glass design. So when people look at my sea glass mosaics, I often get the question, how do you get the line in your design so straight? So today I'm going to show you a little bit about that. This is a piece that I'm currently working on. It's a school of fish. And what I've done is I've drawn the fish on a piece of paper and I've taped the paper to the back of the glass. So then I use the line of the fish to follow along with the pieces of sea glass to create a nice straight crisp line. And because I'm doing a silhouette of fish, what I want to do is fill in the silhouette with the brown sea glass first, and then I'll fill in the background. So I want to give you a bit of a close-up today on a few strategies that I use to make sure that I get a good crisp line so that you get a good outline for the silhouette. So let's get started and I'll show you that. So as you can see here, I have 8 fish that I want to make and I have 5 of them done. So I'm going to work on this fish up here and I'll show you a little bit about how I work to get that nice straight line. So I have the line of the fish on the piece of paper and my goal is to just find pieces of sea glass and line them up against that line. So my first approach is to do an outline. So I always look for pieces of sea glass that have a bit of a straight edge on them. And when I'm going into a corner like this, like for the pointy fin of the fish, I'm going to be looking for a triangular piece that has just the right edge to it, just the right point. And when I take those pieces of sea glass and line them up, my first priority is to get a nice straight line along this edge, and then I'll fill in from the bottom. But what I have here, I always lay out my sea glass on a board, so as you can see I have a board covered with brown sea glass, and so I've got lots to pick from. So if you just have a few pieces in front of you, it's going to be really hard to find ones that fit well together. But if you have a nice full board of sea glass, you've got lots to pick from. So I find it easiest to start when I'm doing a silhouette like this to get the really crisp line. I start on one side. So I'm feeling like those pieces do a pretty good job of creating the line on the top part of the fish. So I'm going to go ahead and glue those on before I do any more of the fish. So what I'm using for glue here is called Quick Seal, and it's a kitchen and bath adhesive caulking, and it will go on white, but it's going to dry clear and then you won't be able to see the glue. It'll just be like a clear bit on the back of each sea glass piece. And whenever any of it seeps out from behind the piece of sea glass, I just wipe that bit off. So now that I've got that top line done, I would fill in the middle part of the fish, and then I'll do the bottom line after. Sometimes when I'm doing a larger silhouette, what I'll do is I'll fill in all around the outside first, and then I would come back and fill in the middle. But for something that's kind of skinny like this, I think I'll find it easier to fill, I do find it easier to fill in the middle first and then do the bottom line. So there you can see I have my fish all filled in, and I started at the top and filled in through the middle and then finished it off along the bottom. So you can see there that that's how I make a line. And if you draw a line on a piece of paper and you follow that line with your pieces of sea glass, you can basically make any shape that you want. The key is to fuss with the pieces of sea glass to make sure you've got flat edges all the way along the line, and to make sure that you're getting pieces that fit well together. They don't have to fit perfectly because, as you can see, I don't have all the fish filled in, but your eye fills in the blanks and it creates a fish shape. So thanks very much for joining me today and seeing how I create a line with my sea glass in order to create designs in my mosaics.